Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I really hope you all had an amazing week. And the thing that I picked up for today to discuss with you all is something, again, you all might have heard hundreds of videos on this previously as well, which is all about, being grateful. But nobody says, how you can be grateful, how you can feel that you are grateful for whatever that you have right now. Simple way probably is taking away the things that we are ungrateful for. Imagine, guys, for 10 days you are not getting the food that you have every day right now. You are getting something to eat, but it is probably not the food that you are having at home currently. Or say for 10-20 days you are in a place where you are not feeling safe. It is you are in a place which is, say god forbid, it is a war torn area or a zone where there is some sort of things are going on which can be scary. And that comes down to this basic one thing that we have to be grateful for sometimes is even the place that we are born at, or even the family that we are sometimes born into, and we just take it for so much of granted, right? We feel that oh, we should have been born in nice, rich family. We should have born in a family which is highly educated, which is this, which is that. And I'm not born only in the correct place. This is so many times, sometimes I hear it from mostly from this new generation who always like all this bling bling things. But yeah, this is something, guys, it came from one of very small personal experience, but it was like, suddenly it just happened, and we were like, we just thought, me and my friend, we just thought how grateful we are to be born in a certain place as well. So like a few days ago, we went to a beach, just to, take a stroll and just to talk, like how two girls do. They just want to talk some stuff. And we went to the beach, and it so happened to be, there was this certain crowd over there, which and they were all were men. They were mostly men, and they were not in correct state. Probably they had taken some drinks or something, and they were very disrespectful from their behavior. And we just came back soon from there, and while sitting in the car and coming back, I we just realized, we just said to ourselves, imagine if these people are acting this way in this particular state. You can imagine how they might be treating their women back in their own hometown areas, and how lucky we are that by grace of God we are not born in that place, right? Imagine having to face such sort of harassment every day, which can make your life really uncomfortable. I remember also one of my colleague. It was a remote team that we were working in, and he was a refugee. He was a refugee in a different country, and he used to always tell us how in his own native country he had his own company, he had employees under him, and all this war happened, and how he had to flee from the place, and now that he's living as a refugee in some different country on a border, he has to, the comforts of the life that he had in his country are gone. He's a refugee, so including money, including a lot of things that they have to now struggle. And that's the whole thing, which got down to a basic question again, that are we grateful for the place that we are at? Are we grateful because we are getting everything, that is some of the basic necessities, we are getting it easily, right? I'm not saying everyone is getting it, but yes, a considerable amount of section must be getting lot of things which some other place in this world might not be getting. Even getting a clean drinking water, getting a proper edible food, nutritious food, that is also like a dream for some people, right? And so easily we take all these things for granted. Why? Because we are born with all these luxuries, right? And we just spend our time grumbling and thinking about people who are way above us. Yes, this is how I see certain things, guys, that we have to, if we want to move ahead in life, we have to look up to people who have achieved more than us. But at the same time, if we want to be grateful for our life, then we have to look at the people who are somewhere down the line, they have not got that much as we have got. There is another thing, guys, sometimes we compare. The reason the whole concept of being ungrateful comes because we compare ourselves with the people who are above us, whatever, maybe in terms of finances or anything, achievements. And we just forget that one thing. Like, say, suppose you come from a place where, say, you didn't have your own house. Yeah, like, you don't have in your family, there was no own house. You cannot compare yourself to somebody who's living in a villa, right? And then that person is buying another villa, he's buying a bigger villa. Now, his basic requirement or whatever, he is already at a place where he has one nice posh villa, bungalow, whatever. And now he's gonna invest and probably do something greater than that, at whatever stage that he is. For you, it might be that first you have to purchase at least a small house which is of your own. That is your first step. So you cannot compare yourself with somebody who's already 10 steps ahead of you and be said that I am not at that place. You will reach over there maybe in some time, but now we have to take the immediate steps of coming up. And at the same time, being grateful that sometimes even if you have a roof over your head. One of my colleague, again, she was on an on-site visit to a client's place, and there she really learned the value of good food. And somebody who used to always uh, dump something into the from her lunch box into the dustbin has now gone to literally, she makes sure first and foremost that she takes only that much amount of things in her plate which she can finish, or gets only that much amount of things from home which she can finish, and she makes sure she finishes and doesn't throw off the food, because she has literally seen it with her own eyes that how difficult it is even to get a good food for some people, because she has gone over there, been in that place and seen closely how the life goes for some people. Like, when you are, sometimes you cannot escape from certain situations because you are born in that particular area, you are born in that particular family, you have to put lot of efforts, you have to face lot of challenges even to rise one level above it. And we have to be grateful that by the whole, by your luck, you are born in a nicer place. At least you don't have to fight for your very basic needs. There are so many people, guys, who are fighting for their basic needs as well, like simple things of finding a good food, good water, a proper safe shelter, handful of good clothes. And when you're already way above those, I don't know why people just focus always, like there are some people who always focus on the things that they don't have in life and keep continuously grumbling, and half of their life goes in the grumbles only. And even if they are achieving something, then their eyes go again on to something that is above it. It's good keeping your eyes on something that is the next thing that you want to achieve is really good. It keeps you motivated, right, to go ahead. But grumbling because you haven't got it as yet is, I don't know how valid that is. So yeah, this small experience, guys, of ours, it just came to our mind. We just happened to say it. Thank God we are not born in certain place. And this gets down to a basic thing, guys. Being born in the right place. I think that's the first blessing that you can get sometimes. And God forbid you are born in certain places where, a certain country, certain state where there are, for us, sometimes even looking at certain traditions, they seem so horrific. Certain traditions towards certain gender, they're like so horrific, and you can't even imagine being in that place. But there are people, there are humans like us going through all those traditions. It might be really be, I don't know, the dignity of a person pain tolerance, and I don't know, the different things that are like really not good are happening to some humans like us, who are just suffering it because they are being born over there. It is there is no fault of theirs. Whatever things sometimes happen is just because they are there. They got parents from that place. They are born over there. So seriously, guys, sometimes you have to just look upon small small things in life and try the reason to be grateful. Find the reasons to be grateful. There are a lot. I think we focus so much on being or trying to find things that we don't have, that we completely ignore what we have. We completely ignore and we completely just live our lives in some sort of sadness just because you don't have certain things, and because you have forgotten what you have as well, right? So yes, please share this video with anyone who is always like, being ungrateful or never showing. See, being ungrateful is one thing, or always being ungrateful is another thing. Like, always ignoring what you have is a different thing. So I think the moment you start being grateful, the moment you start seeing so many tiny tiny blessings that you have, which you might feel is tiny, but for somebody else it might be like a dream come true, appreciate that. Appreciate that and see how you can be, much happier. You'll be much satisfied with life. You'll be at a much better place mentally, and you'll feel that calmness in yourself that, maybe I have not achieved everything, but there is considerable amount of things that I have got because I have been born in a certain place. Okay, I'll leave you all with this for this weekend. Have a great week ahead, and I'll see you next weekend. Till then, bye bye.